That Osiris, who is connected to the ancient cult of resurrection, which is linked to Freemasonry and the Templars, and we find in the pyramid texts, he was also connected to wine. Of course, we know Dionysus in Greece and Bacchus in Rome. And who knows that Noah is considered the first person to cultivate wine? Did you know that, Dr. Mew? I bet you did. Yeah. I love the giggles. So, but that's interesting. Anyway, so wine. And I don't know why my screen is doing that. Paranormal things happening here. Maybe it is we're connecting with the gods already. Who knows? So for me, the Egyptians were the real first foodies completely. They stored wine in these jugs, which were labeled with the vintage year, region, the winemaker's name, as well as the name of any king or god that the wine was meant for, and then filtered before drinking. I think I missed a trick there with my Helena wine. I think I should have dedicated it to Sekhmet. So, okay, for the next wine, I'll borrow that one. Anyway, but this is true, and we do have records of this. So I think this is amazing that they were doing this. So from Egypt, let's go to the Phoenicians, and let me see this slide that we have now. So, because I want to show you. So the Phoenicians, you probably all have heard of the Phoenicians in some way or other, and being connected with winemaking and the wine trade specifically in the Mediterranean. They were the ones to become famous carrying all those wonderful amphorae, which we can find, divers like myself can get really lucky when we're in the Mediterranean and find, oh, look, I found a little bit of this, you know, and there's still lots of these to be found. They were like the modern day cargo vessels, basically, and they carried everything in these amphorae. So not just wine, but oil, a grain, all sorts of things. Okay, so they Phoenician, and this is why I've also put the slides on purple. Nothing's by chance here. I did mention symbolism at the beginning of the presentation, so I hope that some of you are awake and can catch all the symbols I'm going to be throwing at you from now on. Colors, numbers, everything matters here. So, and it will be recorded, so you can go back, and because I'm going to give you a very big headache today, probably, but that's okay. So you can have a glass of wine afterwards and get rid of the headache, or get an even bigger one and connect to the gods. So Phoenician comes from the Greek word for a brilliant reddish purple color, phoenix. God, why do I love that? So I have a book by a poet and friend behind me that I was ranting on about the other day. The book is not purple, but you get the idea. So phoenixes are associated with resurrection. I think Peter will love that I've just shown his book in my talk. So this is being spontaneous here. But anyway, the Phoenicians are famous throughout the Mediterranean for their red purple dyes, okay? And they extracted this from a very spiky cannibalistic snail. And the Roman term Punic is derived from Phoenician. Now the Bible uses the term Canaan for this land. Canaan, okay, for this land. And the etymology of the Semitic word Canaan may also refer to the color purple as well. I don't know if you all knew this. Yeah? No? Some homework for Dr. Muir? Okay. So the ancient Egyptians called this part of the Mediterranean coastline Retjenu. And today, the heart of Phoenicia would have been Western Syria, Lebanon, and Israel, often called the Levant, meaning the east. Those of us who sail know all about the wind of the Levant. We want it now. So anyway, or the land of the rising sun. In Arabic, it's known as Al-Sham, the land of the left hand, the left path, the feminine path, the path of the goddess. Isn't that nice? And yesterday I was driving my colleagues and saying, okay, we have Isis here on the right. No, she has to go on the left because it's the left-hand path. That's the feminine path in terms of mysticism. And they didn't get me. They just thought I had lost my marbles. Okay. But anyway, so remember that, okay? The left-hand path. From used in many forms, okay? And it was also used to put poison into things, obviously. But here it's just bear with me. I want to share the next image. Oh, we see two more here. Sorry. This first one. These are all by Waterhouse, by the way, the pre-Raphaelites. And I quite like the pre-Raphaelites, and I wanted to include them today because not only did they work with medieval themes and they have a nostalgia of times past, but they work with symbolism a lot, okay? So the colors here are relevant, well, everything. If you work with symbols, if you work with the soul, you need to work with the pre-Raphaelites, okay? So the enchantress. Wine has that enchantress, seductive, sorceress nature. It can enchant people, or so men think, when they try and buy you too many drinks and think they will have their way with you. So, but it can be seen as that. So, and it can make people talk. It can be seen as a serum of truth. It can also make all these emotions